Hey, guys. All right. So, Pisces, let's go ahead and take a peek at whatever is written in the stars for Pisces. And when I say that, I really mean what kind of a timeline exists for Pisces that would be a really positive one that is still happening or can happen for them. So, let's take a peek. We have a Knight of Wands upright, we have a Six of Swords upright, and we have the Four of Swords upright. Um, There's big passion, there's big adventure, there's moving forward from either a player, but also moving forward and healing from a player, but also moving forward with excitement and thrill because we've healed and life is getting calmer and better. Okay, that's a really nice, any way we look at that, any way we put that, that all sounds very positive. Knight of Cups. There's something sincere and emotional on the horizon. Someone. We have Emperor upright. We have Temperance in the reverse. What I'm going to say is more than what Pisces has ever asked for is up ahead for them. Someone who gives them more love than they could have ever known, more attention than what they ever guessed they would receive, more caring, more tenderness, more than what Pisces ever knew was out there. Something that they like, I wonder if Pisces has had a bar set pretty low. Like, they're thinking, oh, hey, if I get a little bit of something good in my life, that would be sweet. What they don't realize is that there's a lot of something good coming into their life. There's a lot of sweetness. There's a lot of positivity. It's just their bar has been set fairly low. It would just be nice to get beyond, something that was stressful and get into a place of calm and just be kind of like jazzed about life again and jazzed about, moving forward. But what Pisces doesn't seem to realize is they're going to find more than what they ever expected. Let's say, because not all things are about love and romance, let's say the path ahead that is written in the stars for Pisces is one that leads them to like the most amazing career path ever. Because emperors can be bosses, they can be business owners. Let's say Pisces, has left a job after many years of stress. And they're like, look, I just like to find another job. A lateral move is fine. Just anything that I don't have to be stressed out all the time. Even if it's just kind of something I'll stay at for a couple months, I would be satisfied with that right now. This says, oh God, no. Pisces doesn't know it, but like there's like a really amazing company that maybe the starting base pay is like 7 times higher than what Pisces was making before. Maybe there's all kinds of benefits and a boss who will treat Pisces really, really well. It just says it's more than Pisces would have ever dreamed they could receive. And again, I hate to say it, but it's because the bar was set so low. Now, it doesn't have to be about a job. I just wanted to throw out a non-romantic possibility. Can we see who the Emperor is? Is this about love? Is this about a job, a boss? Even sometimes this can be about relationships. It's like, hey, I got over, the difficult relationship that I had with a parental figure. At least we're talking again. And it's like Pisces may not realize it, but that big brother is going to become Pisces' best friend. And it's like, we never got along like this before. I never even dreamed that this kind of relationship was possible. So I just wanted to keep things, it doesn't always have to be romantic. But we do have a King of Pentacles to describe the Emperor. So that does make me think this could be about work related. This could be all about a business plan, a career path. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Okay, so Pisces may. I thought I dumped over my tea. Pisces is perhaps going to be connecting to somebody business-wise. Three of Swords sideways. Somebody who thinks Pisces deserves to be paid better, treated better, handled better. Could this still be about love? Absolutely, especially when we bring in Three of Swords. I mean, it doesn't mean that, jobs can't be stressful enough to feel like it breaks our heart. But I have to say, this is on their side. And I don't think that a boss is going to be like, oh my God, I'm so brokenhearted for the fact that your previous job, you didn't really love. Like, I just feel like bosses are not going to be quite as I mean, it doesn't mean bosses aren't super compatible and or super compassionate and emotionally sensitive, but an emperor and a king of pentacles, they're going to be fair, they're going to be honorable, they're going to be generous, but they're not necessarily going to be overly emotional and being like, oh my God, the stress, I can hear the hurt in your voice. I feel so bad for you. Now, a lover, though, would be. A lover would be like, oh, hell no, you deserve to be treated so much better, Pisces. So I'm more inclined to say, just because of that 1 3 of Swords card, I'm more inclined to say this what's written in the stars is a much better romance. Somebody that I think Pisces is going to encounter, that they would be like somebody who wants to kind of like stand up for Pisces, protect Pisces. They may be not hot-headed or anything, but like, boy, once Pisces is standing under their umbrella of protection, good luck anybody who wants to be rude to Pisces, because they're not going to tolerate any bit of that. Like Pisces will be under their, protective influence. And this is somebody who would do a lot. This person could also have a great deal of money. And I'm not saying that that's like what would attract Pisces to this person, but they could be quite wealthy. They could have quite a nice business. They could have quite a bit of money, very generous with it. I mean, Pisces may never work again. And this could be after Pisces has been out there swinging in the wind, doing their own thing, having been, like maybe an ex or somebody took a lot from Pisces. I do think Pisces is going to feel like they got transported into another world. And maybe this Emperor / King of Pentacles even wants to do that for Pisces. They want to like scoop Pisces up and bring Pisces into a place of like, I have more abundance. I can share with you a really good life. I want you to be mine. I want you to be in my environment, in my world. I want to like lift you into my space if you would want to be with me. That's how this is coming across. Now, this all feels like it's a very honorable person. It's not like they're looking at Pisces as a pity project or like, here, broken bird, let me fix your wings. So sorry, I'm a little bit wheezy today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I have really bad asthma, and once in a while I'll sound wheezy. But anyway, sorry about that, guys. I know it sometimes picks up on the mic. With the Page of Wands and the Chariot, I don't think that they view Pisces as anything other than somebody that they really would like to see where a relationship can go. And they're very clear on what they want. And if admittedly, we already saw Pisces is coming out of a very difficult chapter. And Pisces might have been dealing with a player, somebody that did not have concern for Pisces, somebody that didn't protect Pisces, somebody that wasn't truthful with Pisces or wasn't stable enough to offer something long-term. It could have been nothing but stress and heartache. And I could see why that would bug an emperor, just like on principle, because it's like, don't mess with great people if you're not great. Don't waste Pisces time. I could see why they would be like, Pisces deserved so much better than that ex that they had. I could see why this emperor would be like really liking Pisces and want to be some kind of, offer something more to Pisces. I could understand why that would come across that way now that we see a little bit more of the dynamic of who they are. Let me ask this. How is this coming into Pisces world? Sorry, guys. Let's go to this deck. How are they emerging in Pisces world? How is this timeline opening up? 3 of Swords. It is on the heels of Pisces, like really moving forward from all the stress, from the heartbreak, from the betrayal. 4 of Cups. They may meet Pisces. I don't know if Pisces works as like a bartender or waitress, barista, server, something like that. Pisces may have just a very simple little, quippy message or some, kind of heartfelt back and forth or dialogue. It doesn't have to be a lot, but Pisces might reveal just a snippet of their life. Or even like, heaven forbid Pisces feels jaded in this story. Now, if anything, I don't know if there's going to be a dialogue where this emperor is going to ask Pisces something about like, why are you single? Or, that topic's going to come up, because it does look like Pisces has been alone for a while. We have the strong Virgo vibe coming off of the Hermit. It just looks like Pisces keeps their own counsel, tends to, at least has recently, just been getting over the disappointment of whatever happened to them in the past, moving forward in their life, and being a little bit disillusioned, and admittedly, feeling like, man, I never want to waste time on something that doesn't turn out to be, viable or real or something. But it also says Pisces has kind of withdrawn when they meet this emperor. This is something that I feel like this is the right now snapshot of time. Like Pisces has, on one hand, they are in a much better energy, but you can be in a good frame of mind and still be saying, yeah, I'm happy because I'm single, and that's better than being heartbroken by somebody. And someday I'll love again for sure. But as it is right now, I just found my peace. With that Six of Swords, I just moved away from something super stressful. So I'm not, I know exactly what I moved away from. It was something super disappointing and hurtful. It was, a disillusionment. But on the other hand, I've got my peace regained. That's kind of the energy that Pisces is giving off when this emperor meets Pisces. And maybe that's why we see them kind of immediately shifting into protective mode, wanting to offer something, not wanting to come on too strong, because it's still like, it's only if Pisces has an interest in me. But I could see why they would be wanting to be more generous. I feel like they think Pisces is very, very sweet. Also, I don't know, Pisces could have really lovely shoulders in particular. I'm just noticing that, shoulders are bare here. Pisces could be somebody that has like her own funky style as well. Here she's got like dyed pink hair and, a couple of tattoos that are just her own unique thing. Pisces may wear glasses sometimes. It could be not like heavy duty prescription necessarily. It could be partially because, like specific tasks require, like I only wear them when I drive, or, something like that. Or I only wear them when I'm at work, and then outside of work, I don't have to, because I don't have to read fine print, or, something like that. It could be situational that Pisces wears glasses and then doesn't wear glasses. There's also like, I think that they see a duality to Pisces. There's a really, I'm going to say like a hardened badass version of Pisces, and there's also this really soft, really sweet floral version of Pisces. Like sometimes life teaches us how to become hard, but that's not our natural default. Our natural default is to be much softer, much sweeter, and that's how this comes across. Like there's a real, I don't know, I love the way this comes across. It does speak of somebody who's in a much more gentle energy. Okay, actually, before I move forward, let me go ahead and grab one of the angel numbers. 1919, cycles. Karma, transformation, balance, influence, power, cycles, change, and renewal. Karma is approaching. Let go of the need to control, as you cannot force things to happen. Embrace the lessons life offers to prevent them from repeating in the future. Make room for new experiences and positive transformations in your life. And sure enough, that fits pretty nicely, simply because what we saw was a Pisces who certainly had had some painful experiences. But this Emperor slash King of Pentacles is coming in as a whole new energy. So to make space for somebody new, somebody who, they want to be a protector, that's what it instills in them, to discover that Pisces was treated poorly by somebody. That's going to definitely feel different and feel new. So I can understand why the encouragement there is to like, allow for, look at the new person like a new person, not like, oh crap, now I got to deal with some romance. I don't know that I'm ready for that right now. This just says, because of the karma aspect there, look, Pisces deserves something good. That's what it looks like to me. Pisces deserves something or someone to treat them good. Let me take a look. Universe, what do you have for encouragement or, positive influence for Pisces? Two of Cups, King of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Wands upright. So here's the thing. If Pisces has been able to say, look, someday I would like to have a romance, with somebody where it could be really wonderful. That's awesome. But if Pisces says, but there's no way that it's this first person that I'm meeting, there's no way that this person is all of those things. The universe is suggesting to Pisces, don't move a goalpost on yourself. Don't say, well, I'd love to have that, but of course that it couldn't be them. Of course that wouldn't be, that's not who I'm going to be lucky enough to meet. Of course not. The universe is like, you said you'd like this someday. Well, yeah, but I mean, no way is it this person. And the universe says, why? You're good enough to be treated really nice right now. You're good enough to have that amazing romantic partner right now. There's no reason that you somehow have to still sit and be by yourself for some length of time because you knew a scoundrel and you have to still walk alone for, X amount of time. It's like if Pisces said, oh, maybe I'll meet somebody who's great. In fact, optimistically speaking, I know that I'll meet somebody great much later on in life. And the universe is like, but what's wrong with right now? You don't have to set a time limit on things. I mean, maybe this will seem really rapid. Maybe it's like Pisces will barely be out of, discovering somebody who's more of a player. And then poof, here's this amazing person that pops up. And it could feel like, no way, this is too fast. There's no way that this is a great person and this is the one for me. I mean, how do you go from breakup and 5 days later you meet the one that you're going to marry? The universe simply says, because you've always been worthy of the one that you were going to marry. There's not an amount of time that you have to now sit on the sidelines or sit in the timeout chair before you're allowed to be treated the way you should have always been treated. I actually really love that message for Pisces. In fact, love, love, love that message for Pisces. I think that's an important message. This is one of those where I wish it wasn't just a Pisces message. I wish it was a general, because I feel like that's such a great, to me, that was the purpose for the entire story, is that message right there. I think that is the single most valuable thing to come out of this. And it's not really about like the timeline in this story. It's more the reality that you always deserve to be treated really well and to be treated like, somebody to be cherished and somebody that would be your other half and somebody that would treat you well. You always deserve to be treated that way. I think that's the most valuable message, but I actually loved this one. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here, Pisces. Thanks for hanging with me. I had my little baby was not doing so good. His tummy was sick earlier this week, and then I had a whole bunch of crazy mishaps. And anyway, so it was just a really very busy last 48 hours, but it's nice to be back. And thank you guys for being patient with me this week. Take care. Bye, guys. Lots of love.